Sox should have to get the long-term deal done.
Yeah, look, Kansas City went into Baltimore yesterday, put up a 10 spot in the first inning. 4 home runs before an out was recorded. First time in
terrible pitching.
I mean, Dylan Bundy, first time in Major League history, I believe.
And he's the guy they're looking towards.
Yeah,
the future, one of their names.
And the announced crowd 10,000 and change, but it really looked like, you know, it was one of the games without fans being allowed in. So Manny Machado's not getting the turnstiles going. So you might actually get Baltimore Oriole fans more juiced about the future if you said, this is what we need to do, a la White Sox, a la, you know, you give up your star, your biggest asset, and start rebuilding. The fact of the matter is, though, normally you'd wait till the trade deadline to get people excited. He's Manny Machado. Everyone knows who he is. The Dodgers are 8 games back. They're desperate now.
The more of him you get, the more value is. It's not like you're waiting to build a bidding war if he doesn't sign.
If you're interested in Manny Machado, you're interested in him as much today as you would be at the end of July, right? I mean, if you're not talking rental player, you're talking about getting him in the fold and keeping him here or LA or wherever. You're talking about doing that. As soon as you get him, the whole thing is about keeping him. So the reports were that Baltimore was going to wait till Memorial Day. I don't know that they have that luxury. If they have more games like last night, they're sitting there on their 8 wins. They're going to have to, you know, let the phones ring, give me your best offer, and we'll pull the trigger by the weekend. And they're close to doing that in the off-season at the owners' meetings and winter meetings. So why would you change now? Because you're going nowhere, and you're going nowhere fast.
This is always the debate you have if you're the team trying to trade your assets. Do we trade earlier? We make the deal. The other team gets more out of the player. You get more games from the player. Or do we wait until the deadline? More teams are desperate. More teams willing to jump in and decide, yes, we are 100% in. We are buyers right now. How many teams can really identify themselves as buyers and are willing to sacrifice the future?
Yeah, right. I mean, both asset-wise and money-wise. You know who those teams are, right? That's not going to change appreciably in July.
By the time you get to the deadline, you're the Dodgers, maybe you're out of it. But it's early May. You're still in it, even though I don't think things are very bright for them. Here's the big difference, though. What we've gotten used to over the years, and for good reason, is starting pitchers and relief pitchers are going at deadlines, because those guys can win you championships. We saw here with Aroldis Chapman, the Indians went hard for Andrew Miller. Years ago it was Cliff Lee, it was Randy Johnson, Grant Gee, CC Sabathia. It's usually the arms that go at the deadline. So how much of a difference can a position player make in maybe one playoff series or a half of a year? How do you feel if you're the Cubs? You trade Russell or Schwarber and your best pitching prospects, which failed at developing, and then the guy goes. I don't see him sitting down and agreeing to an extension before heading into free agency. Maybe he does, taking a look at what happened a year ago, but I don't think there's going to be a repeat for Harper and Manny Machado. I would consider getting rid of Russell, like the talks have been, but man, if you're left with nothing and you lose Russell and your best pitching prospects, it could be another bad move. Another bad offseason move by Theo Epstein. I don't think Manny Machado wins you a World Series this year. That's why I would just wait.
Well, if I was Baltimore, I would hang on to Manny Machado till July 31st, because that's when the trade deadline is. And at that point, you just have to move him. And I'm sure there will be teams bidding for his services. He's a fantastic player. Joe, you bring up the fact that not one guy will be able to, you know, carry you toward a World Series.
You get too desperate, though.
That requires Machado.
They might sell cheap.
Already have a pretty solid foundation around him, and we've seen guys before who were moved at the deadline just go on tremendous hot streaks. I mean, I always think back to Manny Ramirez going to the Dodgers in, was it 07 or 08, I think, and he just, I think, hit like 400. He was hitting a home run almost every single game. So one guy can make a huge difference, and especially if you have that foundation around him, like I said, it's going to be a very valuable acquisition. As far as what the Cubs would give up for him, Addison Russell's name has been thrown around the most because they play the same position. Russell is, I guess, a future MVP. People are still saying that. But, you know, I think his stock is so far down right now that it would take a lot more than that. Schwarber, we already know, is not going anywhere. It would make a lot of sense if Baltimore wanted to get him, but I think Theo is so stuck on keeping him here now, and it is paying off because he's swinging the bat really well. but I think it would take more.
They want pitching
Than Addison Russell. Yeah, and the Cubs have what? One good pitching prospect right now in Iowa.
Seems like a match.
Alzolay looks to be the Cubs' top pitching prospect right now, and he's having a fine year. But no, it does not look like a match because Baltimore needs pitching so badly. And the Cubs, Brian, you brought up yesterday, their minor league system is now in the bottom tier of all major league teams. So
that's why it would cost you Schwarber, Russell, and some prospects.
And that's a real high price to pay when there's no guarantee that you're going to be able to re-sign Machado either.
See, I think the Orioles would be making a mistake if they waited all the way until that deadline. Because why? They think things could happen. He could get injured.
There's that.
Or he could just take himself out of the game. I mean, they are on a record pace. Buck Showalter is on the verge of being fired. Their pitcher last night gave up 4 home runs to the Royals in the first inning, and the Royals are a punching bag for the White Sox. Okay, so that's where they're at right now. So if I were the Cubs, I would say, here, we'll give you Addison Russell, and it's attractive because of the control.
Split the series.
You can have last night's Cubs starter saying, take it. I'm just saying, you can laugh all you want, but the question is, what would you give up? I would give up.
You don't have the pitching. It would be like, it would be Russell, Joe said Schwarber. If you don't give up Schwarber, it's Ian Happ, certainly, and then it's some other names.
So that's what they want. That's not the question. The question is, what would I give up? That's you. Not you, Darvish.
Right.
Why you? And I'm
Are you going back to Hyatt this weekend?
So that's what I would give up. I would only do it right now.
You guys finished everything?
I would only do it right now.
TAGO right now, so
How did it go? Smooth?
Even though you're unsophisticated.
Did it go smooth?
Yeah. Right, finish everything.
Did you get the lights by the fireplace?
No, we just took down the one and rearranged them. We didn't have them. We weren't getting any new material in. Or new fixtures or anything. They had attic stock on drivers who were probably replaced 8 or 10 of them. Some things are going to do.
If he's not a starter for the Sox,
I thought they gave.
as they get ready to
They
win
had ox
something in a
sensors.
couple of years, then
2 of them fell
I
down
really have no
on
time
people.
for Lucas Giolito. If Coop can't get
I guess they
Giolito
used some
more
tape or
consistently
glue
being
or
the guy you
something
thought
to
he
that
was
metal
when you made the trade
pan.
for him,
Just put it on there, I
the
guess.
idea of converting him to
Thought they put him on a 1900 box with a blank cover.
Giolito's
No, that's
converted to the
everywhere
bullpen. He
else.
doesn't need another
Oh.
trade to make go get some more starters in.
7 and 8 or whatever.
Giolito has to be a starter. For
8
him
they
to
had
be,
that ceiling.
Yeah.
An important
So
piece
they
of
just
the
stuck
White
him
Sox
through, I guess.
rebuild. So here's hoping he
I think
figures
just put a little wood
it
screw
out,
or
but,
something.
I was a little discouraged to hear him say in the
Anything.
postgame
And that's
that
what we were wanting to
you know,
do there. but
ideally he
we
wants to get
fucking
through 6, but
drill
certainly through 5.
screws
He's
and
23 years old. That shouldn't
all
be the
that
goal.
got thrown out.
Getting through 5 innings
had anything.
should not be the goal. And I
had to
know
be
that's maybe
frickin'
his reality right now because it's 7 starts
30
and
of them at
36
least.
innings pitched. But that shouldn't be the
All the way down,
mindset.
all that whole fucking
oh boy,
thing,
if I get through
you know?
5, I've done my job. No.
2 or 3 in
You're
every
better than
spot.
that. You got the tools that are better than that. So right now he's still legitimate MLB
I thought it came
starter
with the double stick
prospect
tape, but then I was thinking
you know,
that's only
possibility
the
or
switches.
probability. But
Yeah,
he
the
has
Pico
many more
switches,
that's, you know,
so you can just stick
good
it to
for a
the wall.
game, bad for a couple, good for a couple, bad for a
Accents
game.
came with the little.
Then you don't know what you have. But
They
I'm
come
not,
with the
I'm not
little-
converting
Yeah.
everyone to a
Plastic
bullpen just to salvage
I
something.
mean, even if you use that, but the wood is too hard to penetrate for that, right?
Player development, you bring guys
Throw a
up that
staple
are
into the
probably not quite ready
does it
for
have a
what they're
base it
doing.
screws into, right?
He showed flashes last
Yeah.
year,
Yeah.
and you thought
Just that
he
sheet
had
metal-
something. He was
metal
great
screw, that'll go
in
right
terms
through
of
it.
confidence. and
Anything, yeah,
felt
drywall
like a
screw.
million go. This is what
Or
happens
just a little
in
piece of
baseball. You bring guys up and you give them a
half-inch screw.
chance, and then you
Don't
find
take
out
much weight.
if they can be stalwarts or if they're just going to stall. And I think that that at this point, Giolito does not look like he's about to break through. But that's basically kind of what you got to expect.
I hate when people
from
mount
different
those right to
people.
the tile. They don't
It's just the
recess
way
them.
that baseball sort of operates.
I don't know why they don't recess him.
The way player development works, it's painful. And you see guys, you know, Carson Fulmer. I know a lot of people have kind of given up on him. It's too early to do that too.
That's not the way you install them. They're designed to be fucking recessed. Not designed to be surface mounted.
The buzz of coming up for the first time. you know, it seems like Giolito, listen to him talk, he knows what he's doing wrong.
On top of the tile?
He understands what's happening.
against it,
and,
no big deal.
and he's having a hard time repeating his mechanics. And that is
Same
a
with
big
purple
thing.
and
You know,
gray.
Tall guy, and you got to figure out how to do that. But it's really disappointing, a performance like last night where
Meat fresh.
you actually get some runs, where you actually
What is that one?
are ahead and you feel like you got everything you need, and all you got to do is just kind of hold your own, and you have a hard time doing that. So it's a little bit disappointing to see that sort of performance, but I think it's not unexpected. I think that, you know, there are going to be, hopefully, waves of these guys coming through, and some of them are going to really hit it out of the park, and some of them are going to be kind of decent players, and you hope that whatever he has in his career, the best of it will be here with the White Sox, but there's no certainty of that. He's already been traded once, and I don't look at it and say, like,
Machado's been traded once?
I say he's already been
I think it
traded
takes a
once.
little while, and I think that, you know, you hope
Who
for
did he get
improvement,
drafted
and you
by?
hope that Coop can do something with them, and, you know, the two options here.
I thought he was always on Baltimore.
Legitimate MLB starter,
Pitcher.
future bullpen piece. The other option is, you know, he's not here. That's the other option.
Well, is he talking about the Sox or
But I think
Don
he's going
Cooper?
to be good enough. I just don't know
Pitching coach?
what role he'll have. I like him as a starter right now, and you got to
So what does that
stay
mean?
with it and see
Drive
what
to it.
happens. And
Yeah,
this is
I just
called
wanna see something.
player
Someone
development.
wants to
This
see
is
that
the painful,
10,000
horrible
hits
year or two.
I don't think I'll get
that you gotta
10,000
go
hits.
through.
I'd look if I get one hit.
Yeah, this is actually quite
That
normal.
might be my
People
own.
were jumping up and saying, "Oh, easy over 68 wins." Like, part of the reason people are saying that.
What
is
does he
because
got in
when
there?
Cover comes up, they expect him to come up.
Are you gonna
and
block
come
me
up.
out?
So we didn't see the other side of town.
Come on,
where
go.
the rebuild-
Go ahead, you got in there.
But this is what it looks like. After 17 career
Yeah,
starts,
fucking
I'm
rust
not ready
bucket.
to say he's going to be this or that. But answering the question, I think he's more likely to be a legitimate Major League Baseball starter. Molly mentioned it. Let's not forget a year ago he had success in his 7 starts with a sub-1 whip and a 2.38 ERA, 34 strikeouts, and only 12 walks, which has been the big concern this year. The mechanics are an issue right now. He's talking about it after games. I have trust in Don Cooper. They're going to be able to figure things out. There's a lot going on between the years right now. He's worried about his mechanics. He's worried about the opposition. How do I pitch this guy or that guy? This is normal. This happens. Look at Greg
Chilito.
Maddux. Greg Maddux, from the best of all time. First 2 years in baseball. 36 games, an ERA of 5.59. Then he figured it out. He learned how to pitch. And I think Giolito can do that.
Yeah, I'd be a lot more concerned if Giolito was, just hypothetically, 31 years old in the first year of a $126 million contract with ATL with the Sniffles. I would be a lot more concerned if that were the case. But he's in his first full year starting in the majors. He's 23. He's only made 18 starts in his career in the big leagues. There's a lot
Looks like we missed
of
that one,
time
thanks
get
to you
things right
people
for him.
slow-ass
In the grand
motherfuckers.
scheme of things, you know, hypothetically, if Giolito stinks
tell that
and
guy
Manolo
that's not a
Lopez can't stop walking guys,
bed.
you still have Dane Dunning in the minor leagues. If you just hit on one of those guys, you still win the Adam Eaton trade. That's kind of the beauty of all of the young pitching that's been acquired. So I'm really not concerned long term. I never thought Giolito would be a number 1 or a number 2. He's probably realistically like a number 4 starter. A
Wow,
guy that will
look
give
at
you innings, isn't going to be an ace, but I think he will be a major league starter long term.
I remember they were on
to
$10.
I just want to say it with
Oh,
a
14 bucks.
Cub tongue as he did.
Hypothetical.
Oh, hypothetical. Okay. Now, if Lucas Giolito can eventually pitch as good as he talks, and he's fantastic, he's a great guest, he's a great talker. Kevin laid it out. There's a lot to still like. It's very early, and Molly, you laid it out. I mean, this is part of the rebuild, and if he can end up pitching the way he can talk, he's going to be a superstar.
Dustin, great question.
Are you concerned that Las Vegas isn't buying into the Bears' rebuild? Bovada predicts just 6 wins. Are you over or under?
You know, I'm over just because we're coming up the draft and I'm very optimistic, and that's just the way I roll. I hate going into it as an under. It's probably about right. You know, the goal should be not to lose 10, as horrible as that sounds. And I think everybody is expecting a Rams-like turnaround from the Bears. And I don't know that you're going to see it. I don't know that they have all the things in place in the same fashion. That would be great. But I don't know that that's going to happen. I think there's a few problems here. And
Could they win 10?
The most concerning has to be that the
They may be done too.
I think the Bears need a lot.
Packers. Rodgers might be done. I don't know if he's worth keeping. Yeah, there you go. Thanks. It's not looking good, Steven.
No, Mr. David's awful tight.
Oh yeah, this guy's already touching over here almost. He's like 1 inch away. It's gonna be a good one.
Mr. David better have his mirror in.
If not, it'll get put back.
Press the button for entrance. Take the ticket.
See his little, was that a Jeep? Patriot. He's a patriot. From Kentucky. Maybe it's West Virginia.